Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. So for today I was looking through my collection and I wanted to pull out 10 eyeshadow palettes that I think are perfect to wear during the summertime. So if you like eyeshadow palettes, then please make sure you are subscribed and stick around for today's video. So I'm just going to dive into it. Now, not all of these I don't think are still available. Some are, some aren't. But y'all have said that you really do appreciate that I still talk about palettes that aren't necessarily new or maybe limited edition palettes. So I have some to mention that may be no longer available, just to give you inspiration and pull them out of your collection. So one, I wanted, like for the first one, I had to start with this one from Simply Posh Cosmetics. This is a citrus punch palette, and like I don't even need to explain why. Like, are you kidding me? I adore this palette. I love these fun pops in here. This honestly is more of like a companion palette for me, but I do love wearing it on its own as well. I like everything, how it's organized. I love the shimmers, they're so beautiful. I love everything about this palette. And this green right here, this neon, it is my favorite neon green in my collection. It's so good. So this palette just makes me happy, and this overall makes me just think of summer. So definitely like number one pick for the summer palette for me. Let's see, next I wanted to mention this Sea Talk palette from Odin's Eye Cosmetics. This is the collaboration palette with Lauren May Beauty. I'm not sure if this is still available anymore, but these blues with the neutrals and the fun pops over here, this yellow, and I love this beautiful multi-chrome right here. This palette obviously speaks, you know, just like the ocean vibes, summer, the water. I just love everything about this palette, which varies. It honestly surprised me because typically I'm not someone who reaches for blues a lot, but this palette, especially during the summertime, I think I'm going to get so much use out of it because of those blues with the fun pops in here. I adore this palette so much, and the quality of Odin's Eye is so good. I cannot wait to get the two new palettes that they just launched. They're on their way to me. I'm so excited about them. Next, this one surprised me. This is a You Beauty palette from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. I have quickly fallen head over heels for this brand. I love everything. I love their color stories. I love their formula. And it's like every time I get a palette, it's just like it's a new staple. It's like a step up from the previous one. But this is a You Beauty. This is no longer available. I almost skipped on it completely, and I'm so glad that I did end up picking it up. But this one for me, it may not look like bright summer vibes, but this is the one I have on my eyes today. And I'm telling you, with like some of these warm tones, it just makes me think of the sun, hot heat, and these beautiful multi-chromes. Holy moly, they are beautiful. And then the blues, again with the water, it just makes me think of summer, and I think that I'm going to be reaching for this all the time during the summer. But I do like how you still get a few cool tones to kind of like mix it up. I love all the different looks you can get. I don't know. I love the different tones in this palette. It is so much prettier in person, and I'm so happy that I have it. It's insane. Like some of these multi-chromes, they blew my mind. And that's saying a lot because I do have some singles from other brands, but those multi-chromes in that palette, I can't get enough of them. Now I wanted to mention House of Elle from Adept. This one is no longer available, but like I wasn't going to mention it, but I was like, you know what, I have to. If you have this in your collection, pull it out because I think you would really enjoy it this summer with these fun summery colors. I don't know, I love the peaches with this teal and these multi-chromes. If you have this palette, you already know they are exceptional. So definitely pull this out. I couldn't do this video without mentioning this palette. Another one from Adept Cosmetics. This is a Sea Wars palette. This is sold out, but I don't know if the pre-order is still up. But this palette is full of beautiful, sparkly topper shades, pastel. But for me, I've been reaching for this so much, especially popping these lovely shades on the inner corner, or using this as more of like a topper palette and just kind of stamping it on top of whatever look I've been, you know, gravitating towards. So I'm telling you, like some of these shades are super pigmented and some are just sheer excuse me, more of like those topper pastel type of vibes with translucent bases. But Adept knows how to sparkle, and they definitely accomplish that with this palette. So yeah, definitely, I don't know, the packaging and then like these bright fun colors, I just love the way they shift in the sunlight. This honestly, like the magic of this palette happens when you go out into the sun. It just like glistens. So I don't know, definitely a special palette. in my collection, my first impressions, I was really hard on that palette, but the more I have like dug into it, worn it in natural light, it's so freaking pretty. Next, from Nomad Cosmetics, I wanted to mention the Paradise Islands palette. Is that what this is called? I don't know the name of this palette. I can't ever pronounce anything that they come out with. But like, need I say less? Like, are you kidding me? I love these beautiful coral tones, and then again with the blues and the greens, the fun pops of purple. You can't go wrong with this palette. And the formula, I've had this for a year, I believe. Even over time, it still performs really good. So definitely a good one. For me, this lacks depth, but I always mix, you know, something. I'll pop into another palette if I want to deepen it up a little. But yeah, this palette, like if I go to the beach, this one's going to come with me because it just, I don't know, I love it so much. So definitely, like, I couldn't do this video without mentioning that palette, kind of like House of Elle. Those two palettes, like, those are just summer in a palette for me. Okay, I have a few more to talk about. So this one from Patrick Ta, I don't say like run out and get this, you know, but I'm glad that I do have it, because when I think of summer, I think of like that beautiful bronzy makeup look, just super quick and easy, and like you can get out the door and it's just like, I don't know, what do you think about when you think of summer makeup? Yes, the fun colorful palettes obviously, but also I think of just like a bronze goddess, you know, like tan. So I love this palette for the summer for these creams. It's so fast and easy, and this is another one that has aged well with time. It still performs just as good as day one. The shimmers, I love this palette. This is my summer bronzy palette. And with that being said, I also wanted to mention this one from Pat McGrath. This is a Bronze Seduction, I believe. I don't know where my box went to this. I think my son might have ran off with it. Oh, no, it's right there. Okay, let me get it. Okay, whew, gave me a heart attack. I can't lose this. This is the, let's see, what are you called? Bronze Seduction. Yes, I was right. Okay, I know this doesn't scream summer, but kind of like the Patrick Ta, there's something about this. Every single summer, I reach for this because of these shimmers. They are so magical, and they just like elevate every look. But there's just something about a bronzy look with sparkles and this red. Oh, it's so lovely. So this is another summer palette in my collection that just, I love it. Especially those rare occasions when I actually get to go like on a date night. I always reach for this one during the summer because it's just so special and unique. So I don't know, when I think about this palette, I think about summer date nights and like glitter. So yeah, definitely, I don't know, this palette brings back good memories. So next, I wanted to mention this one from Too Faced. This is the Italian Spritz palette. And is this my favorite formula in my collection? No, but it's just so easy. And if you shop more mainstream, I think that this is obviously a perfect summer palette. You got the blues with the warm tones, and it kind of smells nice as well. So I don't know, I just look at this and I feel inspired to pull this out during like those warm summer days. So definitely, if you have this one in your collection, pull it out and create a beautiful look. I think I only have two left to talk about. They are from Natasha Denona. I was going to mention these like kind of like as one, but let me first talk about the bronze. So obviously I've mentioned I love a bronzy look during the summer months. So this palette gives that to me. The only drawback with this palette, I feel like almost all my looks are the same. So I'm not saying run out and buy it, but if you have this, maybe pull it out, reach for it on one of those really hot days, and it just like adds a little bit of fire to your look. So definitely, I do reach for this mainly in the summer or in the fall because like you can deepen it up quite a bit. It's not my favorite formula from her, but I do really enjoy it. But you're going to get the same bronzy look. But if that's what you're going for, if you wear that look every day, then there you go. This one I actually decluttered. This is the Sunset palette from Natasha Denona. And this ended up back into my collection. And I'm going to try. This is like, I wanted to point this out in this video. I need to use this during the summer months because, are you kidding me? It's like a sunset. So I definitely, this formula is outdated in my opinion, but I have it, so I need to use it. It's just kind of like, I need to feel inspired to pull this baby out. It was so expensive, and I don't know, I just feel like it's one of those iconic palettes from Natasha that, I don't know, get overlooked. and I can definitely pair this with some of my indie singles to kind of like amp it up. This is kind of like I would go into the Adept Cosmetics Seahorse palette and pair it with this. Like I would use this, but then I'd be going back in with another special palette. That's how I utilize kind of like my mainstream palettes in a way. But yeah, those are all of the palettes that I wanted to talk about in today's video. These are all my palettes that when I went through my collection, I was like, summer, like those long summer nights, I don't know. So yeah, these are the palettes that I wanted to share with you. Let me know in the comments down below some palettes that when you think of summer, you are reaching for. Yeah, I would love to know. But that's going to do it for today's video. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye, guys.